It's easier now more than ever to fall into a rut or to lose sight of your goals or be focused on all of the negative things happening in your life or out there in the world. So today I wanted to make this video a little bit more casual, sharing some of the ways that I combat those negative feelings and how you can overcome and change your mindset. And really quick before we get into it, I wanted to acknowledge I painted my wall in the studio here. I'm working on a bit of a new set for the YouTube channel. Got a few more things coming in the coming weeks. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know if you want to see kind of a new studio tour once I get everything finished up. But back into it here, the first thing I wanted to talk about is developing and maintaining a good routine in your life. You know, whether it's around your weight or diet or eating or your work schedule or your home schedule. Routines are so important to continue with goals or for just a general positive mindset about your day or your life. I'm someone that relies really heavily on routines because being extra productive or healthy is not something that comes natural to me. A lot of people think that really routine heavy people, it's just their natural state and their default, and I'm not a routine sort of person. The people that aren't routine sort of people are the ones that really need the routine. It takes some time to build up, and it takes a lot of trial and error and practice to find a routine that fits best into your life, but I promise if you keep working at that and developing routines that fit into your lifestyle, it really makes a huge difference. I would get so much less done if I didn't follow my routines. I probably wouldn't be successfully maintaining my weight loss if I didn't follow the routines. It's something that's very important in my life because it doesn't come naturally. Take a step back from the problems that you may be having with your productivity or your health or your home life and happiness, and try and develop some things that you can start implementing on a regular basis. Even if it's more entertainment based or hobby based, routines can be really important for that sort of stuff too. So just take a step back and develop those things, and also recognize that the perfect routine is the one that you're going to adhere to. So if you find yourself falling off track with your routine, or if you're setting up unreasonable goals for yourself early on just because that would be the perfect scenario, don't be afraid to adjust and develop and change as you go, because you're absolutely going to need to. So take that time out of your day and figure out where routines can be helpful in saving you time at work or improving your health or carving out more time for hobbies or happiness. Once you start to get a handle on those things, it's not something that you're going to want to let go of, and it's really going to propel your life further in most senses of the word. Outside of developing your routines, another thing that's really important to remember, it's a big idea, simple to say, hard to comprehend and grasp, is to only focus on the things that you have control over, and don't stress about the things that you don't have control over. It's a lot easier said than done. This is more of a stoic principle that I've tried to adopt for myself over the last decade or so. But once you start recognizing those stressors in your life that you really don't have any control over, you can start to remove yourself emotionally from those types of situations or problems. And it's going to free up your brain and your attention and reduce your stress levels and allow yourself to really focus on the problems that you do have control over, or the things that you can change or improve in your own life. It's a pretty simple phrase, but a huge idea to wrap your head around. And to complicate things further, there isn't always going to be a black and white line for what you can and can't control in your life. But taking those things in your life that really stress you out or derail your productivity or your happiness, and recognizing that you don't have control over those things, you can move on mentally and start to focus on the things that you do have control over and the things that can improve your quality of life or your productivity or whatever it may be. Something like focusing on your health is something that's completely in your control and can have so many positive benefits, whether it be mental health or physical health. And this is something that I always resort back to for myself when things get really stressful. I know if I'm really stressed out, I can kind of take a step back and start to focus on my exercise and my eating habits and carving out time for hobbies and, taking control over those controllables in my life. I have a lot of say in my quality of life and my happiness and my mindset. Even though there are some things that might be bringing me down, if I can't change them, I don't want to focus on those any longer. So I'm going to take a step back, focus on those things that do make me happy, that do lift me up, that do make me more productive. Things that improve your overall quality of life in every sense of the word. There's no cookie cutter answer for this. It's something that's going to change from person to person. But the second you're able to emotionally remove yourself from those stressful situations that you don't have control over, you can shift over into those other aspects that you do have control over, and it's definitely going to be a net positive. Obviously, those stressors are still going to be there, but a lot of people, myself included, will find themselves getting so emotionally invested in this problem that you can't change, and it ends up derailing everything else in your life, and you end up just kind of emotionally crippled and kind of surrounding yourself with these negative thoughts and feelings around that. Take the current global pandemic situation, for example. My wife and I are out about 90% of our income right now. Obviously a bad thing, but if we're not legally able to work, there's not much we're able to do. So I'm focusing on the ways that I can make money right now, and I'm focusing on the fact that we have a roof over our heads, we have food, we have the internet and entertainment. As much as some things might be bad right now, there is a lot that is good, and there's a lot that I can control and change and improve and focus on. And that kind of rounds out into the third point I wanted to make with this video, and that is kind of gratitude and appreciation around the things in your life. It's easy to get caught up in wanting the latest and greatest car or the newest laptop, or wanting to go on, this $10,000 tropical vacation that the Instagram influencers go on. And it's easy to fall into that trap of, why me? Why can't I have this stuff? It's not fair. This isn't any fun. I wish. When in reality, you have a lot to be thankful and grateful for in your life currently. And obviously, this is going to change a lot for some people. And some people are homeless or are worried about their next meal. Everyone's situation is going to be different here. And I do acknowledge the fact that I'm speaking from a pretty privileged standpoint right now. Even though my wife and I are both out of work, the fact that we have shelter and food and internet and all of those things definitely puts me in a different bracket from many. So I'm speaking on my personal experience here, but I do believe most of us, if you're watching this YouTube video right now, you're probably in a similar situation of privilege to me. But the main point here is, as dark as things may get, as tough as times might get for you, you always have things to be grateful for and thankful for. And the second that you start acknowledging and appreciating the things in your life, the people in your life, the situation in your life, you can allow yourself to move forward and improve things further from that positive baseline. If you're just dwelling in on the negative and the why me and the I wish and all of those sorts of mentalities, you're going to drown in it, and you're never going to improve those situations. You're never going to get any of those things that you want. You're never going to appreciate the things that you already have. So taking that step back and being grateful for what you have and thankful for your situation, however dire it may be, there's always something positive that you can take away. Like I said earlier, with controlling the things that you can control, you can choose to focus on the positive, or you can choose to focus on the negative. So I always like to try and take a step back when I'm feeling stressed out or negative or unhappy with things, and remember and acknowledge the things that I do have and try and be grateful and thankful for them. So those are the kind of 3 principles that I try and focus on and live by through situations that are less than ideal. Hopefully I could provide some insight for you. I'd love to continue the discussion down in the comments. Let me know what you think about all this. Hopefully I'm not coming across too preachy, just sharing my personal experience here. But thank you all so much for watching. Stick around, I'll have some studio updates in a few weeks, but I'll talk to you in the next one.